Hey guys, Jackdaw here. BioWare officially revealed in-game footage of Dragon Age 4 at EA Play just last week, as I'm sure all of you are aware. With that reveal, we've got plenty of news, tweets and tidbits to delve into since. Of course, Saria and myself have already extensively broken down the few seconds of footage in our tinfoily fashion, so be sure to check that video out if you haven't already. Before we jump into all the new information regarding the footage teaser, I want to briefly share why the majority of us clowns expected to see something this EA Play. You see, we weren't all clowning EA Play just for nothing, but because of many recent indicators and BioWare developer teases, like the timely rehiring of EA/BioWare's product manager, a lot of developer suggestive tweets, the release window for the next Dragon Age game, and heck, even Chris Anderson's fortune cookie tweet alluded to something. However, the biggest tease we got was from BioWare developer Luke Barrett, who is working on RPG/progression for Dragon Age. He said on the unofficial BioWare social network, "Get ready for all the very ambiguous tweets coming, just wrapping a big showcase meeting." Seeing that comment made all of us clowns lose our collective minds. Not to honk my own nose, but I am glad we did see something this EA Play as I predicted. I had a lot of people diminish my predictions, calling me stupid for expecting to see something. All I want to say to those people is, I don't put these reveal predictions out there just to get the hype train rolling and leave the fans to their doom. I state them because it's a fair assumption to make given the news I've collated at the time. And honestly, I don't want to sound cocky at all when I say this, but I have been right twice now. The Game Awards 2018, when no one/few people believed me, and now at EA Play 2020. So you can trust in me when my Dragon Age senses are tingling for a new reveal. With that said, let's get straight into this. We've learned a great deal since the footage reveal. According to narrative director John Epler, Dragon Age 4 is next gen, so get saving up for a new console or spare that money for a PC upgrade because each of us are going to need it, judging the graphical fidelity of Dragon Age 4's early footage. According to editor Karen Weeks, the 12 seconds of footage was a surprise to them too. Some of BioWare's own employees didn't even know about this reveal. Perhaps this footage was an executive level decision and not many developers other than the ones who captured and worked on the footage knew about it. Karen is in the writing department, I believe. Maybe only specific departments knew about this teaser. In any regard, I wonder if Hilary Heskett, BioWare's new marketer, captured this footage for the reveal, considering she created a lot of Inquisition's marketing videos. Moving on, associate animator Chelsea Fariello shared her enthusiasm for the 12 seconds of Dragon Age footage, saying, "We revealed like 12 seconds of our game last night at EA Play." In another tweet, she said, "I wish we could show you guys more." This sort of keenness to show off more Dragon Age 4 content is certainly a company spread attitude. A lot of the developers wish to show each and every one of us more of this game in progress. Patrick Weeks replied to Ashlyn saying, "The idea of people one day getting to play what we're working on is one of the big things keeping us going." Patrick Weeks also replied to Erin asking if they're excited for the project they're working on. Patrick said, "I keep trying to answer vaguely and then realizing I've said too much. So yes, 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 very." And John Epler said, "The moment we're able to speak about what we're working on, we will." We'll come back to discussing future news and BioWare's eagerness to show something off later on. For now, let's get back to looking at updates on the footage reveal. Laura Mayel, EA's chief studio officer, announced when showing the Dragon Age footage, BioWare imagines and creates worlds where you become the hero, and we're using this next generation of technology to make those fantasy worlds your reality. I just wanted to point out the "where you become the hero" because that statement alludes to a single player experience. Now hopefully that is still in store for the next Dragon Age game. Product director Gabe Hyland tweeted a poll about the old tree we saw in the in-engine footage, asking the fans how do they find it to their liking, more specifically, would they date the tree? Honestly, I don't know what is more representative of BioWare and their fanbase than this tweet. Of course, my vote goes to, yes, this tree is hot. There's just something about ancient wicked trees, you know? Technical director John Renish added, as long as the tree doesn't have a sappy backstory, I'll explore all the dialogue branches to learn its roots. Game designer Emily Domino Taylor also tweeted separately, I did not imagine yesterday that today I would type spicy tragic treemance, but that happened, #overheard in the office. And Emily said in another tweet, based just on the image we've seen, it sure looks as if sexy romance tree from the EA Play trailer might be infected with one of these fungi or similar diseases causing a phytohormone imbalance. And there were plenty more tree puns for days, with some kinky tree romance ideas thrown across Twitter. A lot of the Dragon Age team shared their input on romancing this tree. It certainly sounds like things are getting pretty thorny in the BioWare offices. With the first in-game footage of Dragon Age 4 teased, perhaps we have our first ever romanceable NPC in Dragon Age 4. John Renesh did tweet back in March that romances were looking pretty randy, and I don't know what's more wild than romancing an old wicked tree that has fungi infections. I kid of course, but it wouldn't be Dragon Age if there wasn't already an established open dialogue on romancing whoever or whatever when an official tease comes out of the woodwork. Now, although this tease was small, we may have something soon, depending on when soon is. According to EA and BioWare's community manager, they said, soon BioWare fans, soon. Followed up with, I mean, my soons always come with a trademark, so who really knows? Perhaps the next official tease will actually be a title reveal of Dragon Age 4. That's what I'm thinking at least when I hear a trademark is going to be involved. Following that tweet, Karen Weeks said, info on upcoming games is planned at a very high level, and we all work together to follow those plans. That to me sounds more than just a title reveal trailer and something very substantial to all Dragon Age fans. And at least there's already a plan in the pipeline for that reveal, whenever it will be. So again, soon BioWare fans, soon. Regarding that planned Dragon Age Tactics title that was teased in 2016, Mark Darrah has confirmed that no such strategy game for the Dragon Age franchise has any plans at the current moment. Although a tactics game would have initially been nice to play as we wait for the next game, I'm glad that Dragon Age 4 can take center stage of production at BioWare with all hands on deck for that game's production. Speaking of Dragon Age 4's production, I'm going to rapidly speed through the development updates we've had so far in June. Mark Darrah retweeted Gillen Dien's tweet asking how's the development going during this world situation. Mark said, we are holding it together. It's a mixed bag. We have some processes that definitely work best with being able to gather people together, but we keep pushing. Justin Mass was promoted to experienced designer, junior no longer, and John Renesh was promoted to a technical director role. The Gore WH0RE asked Mark Darrah and Patrick Weeks, please give us just a crumb of Dragon Age 4 information. This created a huge thread with many BioWare developers responding with updates. Patrick replied with, one of the current plot names is a Muppets reference that Mark hasn't noticed yet, or at least hasn't made me change. Gameplay designer Melissa Janowicz continued this thread with, I made a scary thing go smashy smash today. Patrick replied with, whoa, hang on, save something for the dev interviews, Janowicz. Melissa said, no, the public deserves to know this epic scoop. It also made a lot of grunts and screams. Audio artist Presley Hines jumped in, adding to the thread, I made things make sound. Melissa said, it's true, without her I'm relying 100% on stock sounds and my untrained ears, and trust me when I say we don't want to live in that world, LMAO. Patrick added, remember the very brief period when I did storyboards? When we ship, I want to show my work to everyone who doubts that story artists are trained gosh damn professionals. And Melissa said, oh, it couldn't have been that bad. The story and concept artists we have are so phenomenal. I would happily pay for a book just outlining the storyboards and concept art versus final scenes for this game, to be honest. Chiming in quickly here, I think I can speak for everyone in the fanbase saying we would also love to have this sort of book. Please release this. John Renesh added to this thread, we recently completed an engine iteration. Principal UX designer Asa Roos added to the thread, I made a flowchart. Alan Shumesha said, I made a thing show up on a web page today. It was very exciting. Applications development Chris Anderson said, I tracked down a set of IDs needed to make a thing build, then wrote a bunch of documentation. Karen Week said, I tracked down a bunch of old things to use for reference when making new things. Maybe. Lead producer Sheila Costa added, I may have played a video from Harry Cornick Jr. during a team meeting with the entire studio. I can't 100% confirm or deny this information. In another tweet, John Epler tweeted, I got to reference this in a meeting today and I feel my career has peaked. Followed with the statement, the Shred Wolf. My lord, what do BioWare have planned for Solas in the next game? That's all I can think when I see this tweet. Melissa, who has a lot of experience with creature design, tweeted, me playtesting my own content with a picture of Gundam Wing shouting, I'm right over here, so come and kill me. And wrapping up the Swift development updates, Emily Taylor tweeted, I just spent at least half an hour googling for images of cockroaches with fungal infections. For those who have read To Winter Nights, you should be shivering in your seat by this tweet. This makes me very afraid. We should expect diabolical insectoid monstrosities in Dragon Age 4. And now we grace the final topic of this video. For those who've stayed this long, this is quite the disheartening conversation that needs to be addressed. Patrick Weeks tweeted a thread about what interactions are and aren't acceptable for them, setting boundaries for everyone asking questions about the next Dragon Age. More than that, this thread is about the abuse the developers have endured. You see, the reception of EA Play's footage hasn't exactly satiated the entire fandom. While a lot of people are very much content with having actually seen Dragon Age 4 shots, there is a large chunk of the community that are very much disappointed and upset with what was shown. I think regardless of how you feel about the footage, BioWare can't win with a lot of people in the general gaming culture. I'm not calling anyone out in particular, but there's a lot of clicks online for anyone who creates a negative deep dive poking holes at BioWare's effort, questioning Dragon Age 4's competence. Yet they're the same people who praise how smart Cyberpunk has been since its announcement teaser in 2013 and how they're completely fine waiting 7+ years for a polished game. It's hypocrisy at its finest. If BioWare reveal a tiny tease, people get upset and demand to see more. If BioWare don't show anything, people get angry and demand to see something. It's a lost and torturous battle for the BioWare teams. However, we did see something, and that is much better than nothing. But for a lot of people, that is not enough. Their hatred has to be heard by all, and they have decided to go the extra mile and harass the developers personally by any means they can. This toxicity is something I personally don't tolerate. I've had my fair share of unwarranted hatred recently, which was shared in Saria's video. Ironically, in the same video, aspects of the community harassed a BioWare developer to the point of her quitting her dream job. It's very sad to see the same hatred happen again in 2020 for ridiculous, frankly selfish reasons. These are people with lives who are going out of their way to tweet and talk about their love for the game they're creating, and some people are ruining that experience for them. The BioWare developers do not have to share or engage with so many in-studio things on Twitter that make up my entire videos, but they do because they care and they want to interact with their fans that they hold dear. You do not see this level of interaction with any other games company as far as I'm aware. Look at Bethesda. Are you excited for the Elder Scrolls 6? Yeah, me too, but we're not going to hear a peep from any of the developers working on that game until an official tease, trailer, and then release. But BioWare are different. Dragon Age 4 hasn't received an official title yet. However, the developers understand our longing for this game and help with the wait by answering many lore questions, revealing developer tidbits, and sharing partial updates. It's incredibly refreshing and something no one should take for granted. I certainly don't. My videos wouldn't exist if the developers decided not to tweet so much insightful information to us. It is okay that you wanted to see more. It's understandable. Initially, I wanted to see more too, and you can even see my reaction in my video. But there's a constructive way to address that you wanted to see more than going ballistic on people who pour their heart and soul into the next game and publicly put themselves out there. For those who don't care for my words, a few of the developers had something to say themselves. Patrick Week said, "Please assume I am as frustrated as you are that we have not yet shared more, and that when we do announce something, I will not be subtle about letting you know." John Epler tweeted, "Y'all, the moment we're able to speak more about what we're working on, we will. We love nothing more than sharing that work and seeing you all get excited. We make games for all of y'all, so of course we want you to see what we're up to, but that's not something I can choose to do by myself. Nor can pretty much any of the other developers you know from Twitter. We're here because we like you all, not because it's in any way part of our duties. Well, I'm also here to secure that RB sponsorship." In his kind fashion, John Epler replied to me, asking about his go-to order at Arby's. He said, "I'm a simple man, medium beef and cheddar, curly fries." Not gonna lie, sounds pretty good. Melissa tweeted, "If I don't answer your question, it's not because I want you to suffer, it's because I literally can't answer it yet. And as a lifelong hardcore gamer, I do know how you might be feeling, big time, but you also know I'm right in that you will know eventually anyway." And finally, Chris Anderson said, "One last note on all of this. We're lucky to be able to talk about work, even in a limited capacity. A lot of the time, companies limit that to social media specialists or to dedicated work accounts. These are our personal accounts and we engage because we care." There you go, folks, from the people working on this game themselves. At the end of the day, we got something that's telling of this game's atmosphere and tone. The majority of us were dressed as clowns anyway, because we knew that if we didn't see anything, we'd be okay with that because we trust and respect the developers who need all of the support they can get as they create the next Dragon Age game. If you're not in that camp, that's fine, but leave the developers to their work and respect those who do love and support these games. Let's build each other up instead of tearing each other down, especially in the current real-world situations. Please spread some positivity and love for BioWare and their developers in the comment section down below, so that we can be a community that truly represents the amazing aspects of this fandom that loves and supports the folks who are creating this epic Dragon Age game. Before I leave you, on behalf of For the Fans, By the Fans, I'm super excited to promote Dragon Age FanForge. FanForges are contests run by artists. The best designs win awesome prizes and have their artwork printed on merch where they actually make a commission of each piece sold. You can check out the previous winner designs on their website, which is linked in the description down below. But until the next one, guys, please just stay safe and treat each other with respect. We're all excited for the next Dragon Age game. Let's just share that love instead. Be sure to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, links in the description. But until the next one, I have been Jackdaw, and I should go. Whoa, 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 whoa.